Have you ever wondered how plastic, something so common, came to be? Or how something as complex as DNA was unraveled by a single chemical discovery? These groundbreaking moments in chemistry have shaped the world around us in ways we can't even imagine. And today, we're diving into the extraordinary chemistry that changed everything, from the creation of plastic to the unlocking of life's secrets. Stay with us until the end, because you're about to witness how tiny reactions can make a giant impact. Chemistry is the hidden force behind everything. It's the spark that ignited revolutions, the invisible hand behind every object you use daily. Imagine for a second that you could shrink down to the size of an atom. You'd see atoms coming together, forming molecules, transforming into something entirely new. Every time these transformations happen, they change the world. From something as simple as water to as complex as life itself, chemistry is constantly at work, creating and recreating. Let's start with one of the most game-changing inventions in history: plastic. We often take it for granted, but this material has reshaped our lives in ways we could never have predicted. It all began in the 19th century when chemists first experimented with polymers, a process that would eventually lead to the creation of bakelite, the first fully synthetic plastic. Just imagine a material that could be molded into any shape, from a comb to a car bumper, revolutionizing industries across the globe. The magic of plastic comes from the way its molecules link together, forming long chains that are incredibly strong, durable, and versatile. This simple idea of combining molecules in new ways opened up a whole new world of possibilities. Today, we rely on plastic for everything, from medical equipment to electronics, and it all started with a single breakthrough in chemistry. Imagine the impact of that moment, an entire industry created by connecting atoms in just the right way. Now, let's shift gears and talk about something a bit more mind-blowing: DNA. This discovery didn't just change biology, it reshaped our understanding of life itself. In 1953, scientists James Watson and Francis Crick revealed the double helix structure of DNA, unlocking the genetic code that governs every living thing. But here's the kicker: their discovery was based on chemical principles, how atoms and molecules interact to carry information that makes us who we are. DNA is like a chemical instruction manual encoded in the sequence of 4 simple nucleotides. But don't be fooled, this simple sequence creates all the complexity of life. And it all comes down to chemistry. Through the bonds between atoms and DNA molecules, scientists can now understand how traits are inherited, how diseases are passed on, and how life evolves. That's the power of chemistry, the ability to explain the deepest mysteries of life by understanding the interactions between molecules. Have you ever seen a chemical reaction in action? Imagine dropping a piece of metal into acid and watching it fizz as the metal dissolves. That bubbling effect is a sign that atoms are rearranging themselves into new substances. This process of breaking bonds and forming new ones is the essence of chemistry. It's all about energy, how it's transferred, how it powers reactions, and how it can create something entirely new from the simplest of ingredients. Let's take a look at a fascinating example: the reaction between baking soda and vinegar. When combined, these two substances produce carbon dioxide gas, creating a fizzing eruption. But on a molecular level, what's really happening is the breakdown of sodium bicarbonate and acetic acid, forming new compounds that result in that explosive reaction. It's a small example, but it's a perfect illustration of how chemistry works in the world around us, changing things from one state to another with just the right combination of elements. The world of chemical reactions isn't limited to science labs and test tubes. Every day, millions of reactions are happening right inside your body. Take digestion, for instance. When you eat food, your body breaks it down using enzymes, which are essentially chemical catalysts. These enzymes help break down large molecules like proteins, carbohydrates, and fats into smaller, usable nutrients. Without chemistry, we wouldn't be able to process food, convert it into energy, or grow. Chemistry also plays a role in some of the most important medical advancements of our time. Take the discovery of antibiotics, for example. The first antibiotic, penicillin, was discovered by Alexander Fleming in 1928, and it all started with a mold. Through careful observation, he realized that a chemical substance produced by this mold could kill bacteria. From there, a new era of medicine was born, showing just how powerful chemistry can be when it comes to improving human health. And it doesn't stop there. Chemistry is at the heart of countless innovations we often overlook. Take, for example, the world of batteries. Every time you charge your phone or power up a laptop, you're relying on a chemical reaction that occurs within the battery. Lithium-ion batteries work by moving lithium ions back and forth between two electrodes, releasing and storing energy in the process. This fundamental chemical principle powers the devices that keep us connected every day. But chemistry isn't just about creating new materials, it's also about solving problems and finding solutions. Think about the work being done to combat climate change. Chemists are developing alternative fuels, like hydrogen and biofuels, that can replace traditional fossil fuels. They're also experimenting with carbon capture technologies to help reduce the amount of CO2 in the atmosphere. Chemistry holds the key to a more sustainable future, offering hope in the fight against global warming. The periodic table is a roadmap to the universe. Each element has its own unique properties, and when combined in different ways, they create entirely new substances with unique characteristics. Iron, for example, is strong and durable, but when mixed with carbon, it becomes steel, one of the most important materials in construction and manufacturing. It's all about understanding how atoms interact, how their bonds can be formed and broken, and how those changes lead to something greater. The periodic table is also full of surprises. Take the element gallium, for instance. It's a metal that's solid at room temperature but melts in your hand. This seemingly strange behavior is a result of the way its atoms are structured, and it's a perfect example of how chemistry can lead to unexpected, almost magical discoveries. It's these oddities and unique properties that make chemistry so endlessly fascinating. The world of chemical reactions is truly endless. Every day, chemists are experimenting with new ways to combine elements and create novel substances. This process of trial and error leads to new materials that can improve everything from the strength of buildings to the efficiency of solar panels. In fact, many of the advances we take for granted today, like touchscreens, medical devices, and high-performance fabrics, wouldn't exist without the tireless work of chemists pushing the boundaries of what's possible. But chemistry isn't just about creating things. It's also about understanding the world on a deeper level. It allows us to explore the mysteries of the universe, from the smallest particles to the vastness of space. Scientists are currently researching the chemistry of other planets, trying to understand the composition of distant worlds and what elements exist there. This knowledge could one day help us find new materials, or even support life beyond Earth. Think about space travel. The chemistry behind rocket fuels and materials allows astronauts to travel to the farthest reaches of our solar system. The fuel that powers rockets is a result of chemical reactions between specific elements, carefully balanced to provide the right amount of energy to propel a spacecraft into orbit. Chemistry enables us to push the limits of human exploration, opening up the possibility of reaching new frontiers in space. And if you think chemistry is only important for the big stuff, think again. Even the simplest chemical reactions have huge impacts on our daily lives. For instance, when you brush your teeth, you're participating in a chemical reaction that neutralizes acids in your mouth. This helps prevent tooth decay, demonstrating just how chemistry works to protect our health in ways we don't always see or appreciate. Chemistry connects everything. Whether it's a groundbreaking discovery in medicine, a new material that could change how we live, or even a simple reaction that happens in your body every second, chemistry is the invisible force behind it all. Every experiment, every discovery, and every chemical interaction adds another piece to the puzzle of how the world works. And it's that puzzle we continue to solve, one reaction at a time. And now, as we've seen, chemistry is not just a science, it's a powerful force that shapes our future. From plastics to DNA, from energy solutions to space exploration, the discoveries of chemistry continue to transform the world around us. If you've enjoyed this journey through the world of chemistry, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and drop a comment below. We've only scratched the surface, and we'd love to continue exploring these wonders together. Stay curious, stay inspired, and see you in the next video.